Are we, though? Yeah, we are.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I have nothing on the screen in front of me.
No, you
Nothing.
don't.
I don't know what's going on.
It's okay. Yeah, I've given Kim, she's running blind here. I mean, I guess I could have done some stuff on your phone so you could see the chat and everything. Because the chat, she can't see you guys where she's at.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
Hello.
Maybe at halftime I'll figure something out. Anyway, here goes. It's going to be fun. Counting it down.
It's going to be great.
Is it, though? Is it?
It's going to be great.
I mean, yes, it is. It's going to be great. That's what I meant. All right.
Why do you doubt yourself?
I don't know. Here comes the read. It starts in 3, 2, 1. Coming up on TMS, we have a special guest in the house and more on this episode of TMS, the morning version.
Ginny thinks that she has the key to popularity, parking in cars with the boys at night. When Jerry brags about taking Ginny out, he learns that she dates all the boys, and he feels less important.
Oh, come on, kids.
The morning stream. My bumhole hurts. The morning stream.
Whoops. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to TMS. It is the morning stream for Monday, October 22nd, 2018. I'm Scott Johnson. Everyone, please welcome to the show, Kim Johnson. Hello. Do you prefer that or your full Kim Soanes Johnson? What do you like?
I just about go by Kim Johnson.
Oh, damn it. Hoping for some some
controversy?
Yeah, a little hot controversy in our long marriage where we haven't really had any. We don't have much controversy in our lives, do we?
Not really, no.
No. We're going to talk about some of that a little later.
Okay.
By the way, the one thing I seem to get from a lot of people, they always say, "Oh, how is your home life like what you presented as on the show?" I'm like, "Yeah, it is. It's pretty much
absolutely
what you see is what you get." Would you agree?
Scott's the same person all the time.
Okay, so if that's true,
at the dinner table, you will hear the fart jokes.
Yeah.
Every possible thing, yes.
Every
absolutely.
possible thing
Every
I'm
possible
making
thing.
a fart
you
joke.
never know. You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Which is what I feel like your listeners would say about you.
Yeah, but you know generally the range you're going to get, though, right? Like if I sit down to dinner with you guys and we're having beans, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a fart joke. That's what I do.
Yeah,
There's no getting around it.
It's true.
So one of the things that people always claim I'm probably not being forthright about, so I'd like to clear that up here because you're here and you're
Let's
very
clarify
now. In our relationship, our family, our marriage, you're the one with the most. How do I put this? If there's a right thing to do, Kim will do it, and that means that she's not going to lie. Is what I'm trying to say. She's not a liar. Okay.
True.
So is it true or not that whenever, and it's happened a couple of times, whenever I receive a naked fan photo, either via email, Snapchat, something like that, and it's happened. Don't ask me why. I look in the mirror too. I know what I know. But anyway, when I get those, is it true or is it not true that the first thing I do is go, Kim, you gotta come see this? That's true, right?
I don't write down like, what is wrong? And he's like, you got to see this.
Yeah, there's a naked lady on my screen who's saying weird stuff to me. You remember that really, really, really white person that came from Canada? Do you remember that?
We don't want to body shame anyone. Come on.
No, it's fine if they're... Look, I don't want to be reverse racist here, but they were so white. I mean, I'm just I just wanted to clear that up because I do get people who say, I don't believe you do that. I think you don't tell her.
He absolutely does that.
Yeah. Of course I do.
It's been, a couple of times where I'm like, what is going on? He's yelling down there. And then I'm like, oh, wait, he's yelling my name. So I go downstairs really fast thinking something's wrong, like he spilled something all over a keyboard or something. And he's like, you just got to see this.
Yeah, you got to see this naked person. And here's the other thing. One time I was on the toilet. And this is the truth. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And I only had 7 seconds because it's Snapchat. And
it's a good thing I didn't have to run down a flight of stairs.
Right. Right. So I was like sitting there going, Kim, and you came running in there. And I think you only caught like a glimpse of it.
Then you really don't know what's going to be the problem. Why he's yelling my name.
Yeah, while I'm on the can. Anyway. Yes, Kim's mic could use some gain. I'm going to put it up just a tad. Here, say something to people.
say something.
Oh, that's
Is that
more,
way?
that's
Okay,
more
that better?
gainy. Yeah, very gainy.
Okay.
Anyway, so now you know the truth, everybody who didn't believe me. And
Absolutely the truth.
yeah, that's the total truth and nothing but. Now, here's the deal. You're like, well, wait, why is Kim on? If you weren't paying attention at all last week, well, then I understand. But if you did pay attention, you'd know that Brian Ibbett is on a bit of a trip. He's, that sounds wrong. He went on a trip. And he is
a bit of one.
He's in the upper, what do you call that up there, Vermont? What's the name of that? The east coast? It's not a coast though, is it? Does Vermont have water? I don't know what they do up there.
I don't know where he is. I didn't know about this.
Oh yeah, that's right. You don't know anything about any part of anything.
I got the, hey, you want to be on the show tomorrow? Okay.
Yeah, this was tomorrow, very late in the day. I said, Kim,
You mean yesterday?
Was it yesterday?
Yeah, not tomorrow.
Did I say tomorrow? Yeah. I'm a little out of it, to be honest. If I'm being honest,
It's Monday morning.
Well, it's not
we
just
all
that.
know how that feels.
I slept like a garbage monster. It was terrible. I had horrible sleep last night.
Did you toss and turn?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know. We have a Casper mattress that's really comfortable, and I don't feel it.
Yeah, and we were. That's true. It doesn't really move much when one of us moves.
It's like just foam.
You like it though when I pull those sheets all the way down.
Yes, and pull them all the way off of me. It's great.
Yeah.
He is a blanket hog.
I'm a blanket hog.
In case anyone needed the clarification on that one.
Did you all know that? Did you guys know I was a blanket hog? I'll bet that's never come up on the show before. So
Probably.
Look, already,
I would hope not.
Already with Kim on the show, we've got brand new stuff leaking out of the Johnson household. Anyway, what was my point there? I forgot. Oh, so
Brian's
Brian,
out of town.
right? He's in Vermont / I don't know, other states out there where you get like lobster and stuff. That's the whole area he's in. Maine,
that
maybe.
Sounds good.
Might be Maine. I don't know. I put up a picture yesterday eating a claw, so I can tell he's already having a good time. But and I heard from him this morning. We were going to try to maybe do a quick call on the road and say howdy, but he has no connection. He says where he's at, so we shan't be trying that today. Perhaps later in the week. But anyway, because he's on this family trip, seeing his dad and his new place out there and all that, Kim is here today, and having you here, honey, is great. But I'm a little
wait. There's a but.
There's a but. There's definitely a but. It's sitting right here. I'm a little worried that I'm going to say something dumb today. Now, I say something dumb every day, but I'm worried I'm going to say something dumb that I shouldn't say, or I shouldn't leak about some extended family thing or something like that. So your job is to police this business and keep me on the
Has
narrow.
it ever been policed before?
No, but when you're not here, I don't actually know if I'm doing it or not. Do you know what I mean?
I think I can kind of hear through the house in the mornings. I only hear one side of the show, but
That's
I
true.
usually hear your stories. And a couple of times I have come down here and said that's not true.
Yeah, she'll come down and correct me. She'll say, no, we were
no,
here,
wait a minute.
or that was not him, that was her, or whatever.
Yes,
like she'll make
that's
corrections, and that's great. Although the poo bag story, again,
Oh my gosh.
no one believes the poo bag story.
I was there.
Kim was there for the poo bag story.
I was there cringing the whole time and thinking if she understood what I said, I would say something to her. But
Right.
she was... Yeah,
She didn't know.
She didn't know English.
No, she didn't know English.
The lady that it happened to.
The
Not
older
driver,
lady,
the older
yeah.
lady.
The daughter was fine. She understood English just fine. But
And Scott's hand is just on top of the car with the dangling bag, slapping her in the face. It
with
was just like,
hot poo in there, too.
and she didn't say anything. I just couldn't.
No, she just
I
took it.
couldn't believe it. So yeah, I was standing next to Scott. That is a true story.
True story.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you guys hear that? There's plenty
True
like those.
story.
I'm trying to think of another one that no one ever believes me. They wouldn't believe me about the colonoscopy talk if you hadn't recorded it.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah. In fact, that Fletcher quote this morning was
She
based
was
on
really
that.
pretty, and if I weren't married, she'd be the kind of girl I would date.
Is that what I said?
Yes.
Did we record that part?
If I was in high school, I mean, you went on and on about her. I was like, wow, okay.
Maybe I haven't played that part for the show, but yeah, I guess I was a little enamored with the
nurse.
Esthetist. How do you say it?
Esthetician.
Es-
Esthetician? No,
No,
not
that's
an
not it.
esthetician. Anesthesiologist.
The anesthesiologist. But don't they have a shortening like anesthetist? Anesthetist.
I don't think that's right. I don't believe you have that correct.
Well, anyway, the nice thing about that particular event was that guy on Twitter lied has become a meme for the show. So people say it all the time. So if I say, oh, you guys, we're going to be late with the show by a half hour, inevitably I get 20 replies that say, that guy on Twitter lied. So well done, honey. You captured it. Lightning in a bottle. That's how that went.
There you go.
Now, one other thing I was going to mention. People always ask. I mean, since we're here, we may as well address some of these issues.
Let's just get all of it out. Let's do this. Clear the room.
People want to know how our book is coming, how that's coming along. And I always say, oh, it's just Kim. I'm waiting for her. She's just slacking.
That is a bald-faced lie.
It's not me. It's not you, is it?
It's not me.
It's all me.
Absolutely not me. We've written the thing. It's almost done.
Yeah, it's almost done. It's not me. Okay.
The writing's almost done. The art is not done.
No, and there's and there's editing and some additional stuff to be done. I mean, we're a lot further along than one might think. But yes, it is kind of waiting on me.
Yes, we are far along, but you are not waiting for me.
No, and I've never said that, actually. I made that up. But the chat room is saying we know. We knew the whole time it was you that was the holdup, and I'll cop to that. But I am excited about it, and now that we've got the third bun out of the high school oven, right?
I don't know if you would appreciate that at all.
Is that a phrase? I'm making all this up as I go.
I think that's a made-up phrase.
Okay.
Yeah, he's graduated high school. They're all adults. We're now in just an advisory position. There's no because I said so. It's now because I need you to do that as an adult. You make the right decision and do this for me.
But don't you feel
only for Nick? The girls are they're
fully formed organisms.
Well,
yeah.
they're doing their own thing.
Yeah.
They're still figuring it out. He's still trying to find the right job that he likes. He's still trying to figure out when he's going to go to college, things like that.
Mm-hmm. Still, I mean, Nick is basically he'll never hear this, but he's in the mode that I was at his age. I was always about a year or two behind, it felt like, in terms of like my growth in whatever area you'd want to point at. So I always felt like when I was 17 or 18, I felt like I was 15 or 16. And I feel like I was like kind of going through the things then that I would have been going through 2 years prior. I guess they call that a late bloomer in some circles. I was definitely one of those.
I don't know if he's as much of a late bloomer. He's got a full-time job. He's working. He's, going on dates. He's doing all the things. I mean, he wouldn't be working full-time in high school, so.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean,
he's doing really good.
Yeah, he's doing great.
He's just still trying to figure out what it is he wants to do.
Yeah, he's young. He's looking at the future and going, I don't know. And but we have faith that he'll figure all this stuff out.
He's young. He's 18. He's got plenty of time to figure it out.
But here's the important thing: the reason the book is the time for the book is now is a few reasons. One, Kim and I are still young. We got married relatively young. Started having kids. 2 years after that?
Yep.
Which was still pretty young. I mean,
I was 19 when we got married.
19,
Taylor
almost
was born
20.
when I was 21.
23, almost 24.
Yep.
Taylor was born when I was 25 or 6, something like
25.
that.
25. Yep. Let's keep that straight.
Yeah.
Just kidding. It doesn't matter.
And that all felt normal to us. We didn't feel like we were starting early. This just felt like, oh, this is our life now. This is what we do. And we loved it. We loved those early years. They were great. The 90s, dude, the freaking mid to late 90s, awesome. Don't have a single complaint about the 90s. Loved that whole period.
It was great.
Little tiny kids. In fact, well, just two of them because Nick was born in 2000, but just little girls running around. And then you get the little boy in 2000, and he's a hoot. And then you got the whole three banger there where you got all three of them. And then... What?
Man-to-man to zone defense.
Yes, man-to-man. We
3
went.
years. That's great.
Oh, yeah, zone defense. That's what we had to play after Nick came.
Yeah.
That's true. So that all went great. But then you can't claim to be... I mean, I don't even think we still claim to be quote-unquote experts. There's nothing clinical about our expertise here. But I think we did all right. Nobody got pregnant. Nobody got anyone else pregnant.
There's nothing wrong with that. You're alienating people. This is not okay.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying
for
this.
you as a dad, you feel like that was the thing that
was really important to me. That my kids had a good.
They grew up before they were adults.
Yes. And that they understood those things so that they could make decisions that would not impact their lives negatively or come at a time that wasn't the right time. So right now, Taylor is pregnant. It's the right time. She wants to be pregnant. They've been married for, what? They got married in 4 years. So she's having a baby, and it's happening in February. And it's awesome because we're not old yet. Right?
Once again, you're alienating people that are grandparents that are a little bit older.
Listen, Gary's at work right now. He's not even listening. He's probably directing traffic down at the Disneyland. I don't know what's happening.
I love Gary. We'll have to go to Disneyland just to see him.
Gary's great. We may see him in Anaheim in a couple of weeks. We'll see. He's going to try, he says, to swing by.
Awesome.
Anyway, point is, what's the point? The point is that, the book... The
point is, the book's coming.
The book's coming, and now's the time because, like I said, we had to kind of finish cooking all the parts of the meal. And the final bread just came out of the oven.
Now.
And he turned out good. He's a good kid. He's smart.
Kid.
He's helpful and kind, and he's all the things that you want. And the girls are great and couldn't be more proud of him. And so now I feel confident now that the boy is out of that high school freaking minefield nightmare. I can sit down and go, okay, I can finish this thing. So I'm happy to report.
You were waiting for all along.
I was. I mean, not that I didn't trust that Nick would be fine. It felt like we weren't finished, and so it would feel like we were not frauds, but we would be speaking to something we didn't have full knowledge of yet because we didn't have the full meal deal yet.
I get that. I get it.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
now though. It still wasn't my fault that we didn't get it out yet. It's just waiting for some art.
Oh, it was never Kim's fault.
No.
It's just not her
Let's
fault.
clarify that now.
Yeah, clarification, everybody. Actually, you taught me what clarifying. What do you call it when you're making like a broth? You can clarify it. Now I don't remember how you do it.
You're talking about clarified butter?
Oh no, butter. That's what it is. Butter.
That's what it is.
So
yes.
you as far as I knew, it was just melting butter down into like liquid form. But you said it's more than that.
Yeah, because it forms a little frothy thing on the top, and then you take that off, and then it's very clear.
Oh,
that's what it means by clarified, clear.
Oh, clear.
Yeah.
So then,
yeah.
But what's the point of it though? Like, what do you need that clear for?
It depends on what you're making and what you need the butter. I mean, there's lots of recipes that call for clarified butter for the reason that it's clear.
Okay. How about when...
It doesn't have any of the milk fat left in it, so it doesn't have the white flecks in it.
What if I'm just trying to have toast? Do I need clarified butter?
No, you don't.
Okay.
I mean, you can, but you don't need it.
I don't need it. Okay, what if I've got lobster or crab and I'm dipping it in like a little bowl?
That's really good because it's all clarified. It doesn't have any milk left in it or the milk fat left in it, and so it's like... really runny and perfect for that.
Yeah. In my mind,
so good right now.
In my cartoon brain, I picture the butter after the process
clearing its throat, going.
No, not even.
Very clarified.
That's gross. Not that. I was thinking at the end of it, he'd be like, "Oh, I understand now." You know.
He has clarity.
Yeah.
That's.
The butter has clarity.
The butter has clarity. Okay.
Yeah. That boy needs therapy. That butter has clarity. All right.
Perfect.
Anyway, the book, it will be, that's our next thing, I think. I think once these cards are all shipped and done, we got a confirmation that everybody was received what they got for this Kickstarter. I think that's our next thing. And how we're going to do it, I don't know. We could write it, just self-publish it, not worry about crowdfunding it. We could do, I don't know. We don't know what to do. We're thinking about it, but... If you're a young parent out there or an old parent or a middle parent and you got questions and you think that maybe we have answers and maybe we do, maybe we don't, this is part of the problem is I don't actually think I'm much good at things, but I think Kim's really good at things. So the goal here is to lasso her things she's good at and then me illustrate them in funny, fun ways. Because the book is not like big, long chapters of... extensive text.
And this
with us.
is how you do it.
No, we're not
step
doing
by
that.
step. No, it's a lot of. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of little tips, like
a lot of little stories of our own kids' goof ups.
Yep, like who's in charge of poop, who's in charge of barf.
It's true. You'll have to wait to find out.
Oh yeah, you want to actually chat room? You guys want to guess who's in charge of puke and who's in charge of barf or poop? Because
puke and barf.
Puke and barf. The Adventures of Puke and Barf. Ask Tom. Whatever. Okay, chat room. If you guys guess who's in charge of what, and I'll tell you if you're right or not, because who knows. Yes, and we do have a big sign in the house that says no making out or touching butts.
Yes, that is in the front room.
Yeah, I told Nick that last night on his way to his date.
It's on our list of Johnson family rules.
Yeah. The chat room says I'm the poop man. Nope. I am the barf man.
Yeah, I can't do the barf.
She can't do the barf. It'll make her barf. The dog barfed this morning from wrestling around too much right after she ate. It wasn't even much.
And I gagged while telling him, like, you need to get that.
It wasn't even any big deal either. She horked up like 3 pieces of kibble.
Well, it was more than that, and then Boomer decided to run in.
Oh, yeah, and then Boomer came and ate it, started eating it.
And I was dying.
Kim was already losing it. So, yeah, even with the dogs, it's hard. Kids, even worse. Like when Nick would just have his thing where he'd go, Dad, I don't feel so. He never even gets good out of his mouth before he'd barf.
Yeah, Carter, you had about 3 seconds.
Yeah. And so
A
I was
little timing there.
and I'm in charge of that. I've always been, and I probably always will be. And
and that's when I yell, Scott, and he's like, I know exactly what that's about. Scott, get in here.
it's about something or someone has
Someone has barfed.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Not, she doesn't have someone in Canada sending a naked photo of themselves.
No one sent me any, and that's okay.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
None of those have made her
I'm not asking
barf.
for any.
No, you don't want any of that, do you? All right, so I got a question for you that is unrelated to all of this, and that is that we are about to enter a season that I don't love. I love the holidays.
Is it the Hallmark season?
Yeah.
At our house?
Yeah. So Kim,
I love my movies.
I know you do. So last year we went deep on this, and I was always telling people about what new one you were watching, and it always has like Dean Cain or freaking that red-haired chick from I don't remember her name. You know who I mean? Like all these people, that's what they do now.
Yes, you had people sending me emails to make recommendations. Have you seen this one? Like it must have been discussed.
Yep. So all of these like washed up, overused, not doing anything else actors from like the 90s. This is what they do now. And you
I don't
love
know why.
it.
I do. It's like it's part of the ritual of it's now the end of November, all of December. This is what I do every weekend.
Kim said,
It's stupid, I know. I love it though.
Jeannie in the chat, our number one mod, been here forever, been here since the show started, says that tell her I love them too.
Oh, see? Thank you, Jeannie.
Now, I don't mind that you love them. Like, I want you to love something and love it on your own terms and forget about what I think. Like, I think that's great. You do that with me with a billion things. Like, hey, honey, I'm playing World of Warcraft. It's not like you're going, ugh, how can you stand that thing?
That's your thing.
That's my thing. And she lets me have these things. Well, this is a thing that you have, and I should be respectful of the thing you have and not give you too much heat for it. However...
Watching you guys walk into my room
this is the part,
and then turn around like, ugh.
This is the part I wanted to get to because when, especially Carter, but even if it's just me, if I'm in there and you're watching one of these horrendous freaking things.
Not horrendous.
I can't help but make commentary about it because it's impossible for me to be quiet. I cannot do it. So I don't know. This is why this is a hard time of year for me because I either need to put some headphones on or I need to like not be in the room. Otherwise, I can't help but go,
the worst
oh my
part
gosh.
is when there's two of you and you start talking back and forth like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happens. That is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Oh yeah, that's what would happen. It's the whole time. And I'm like, shut up and get out.
Yeah. And then you always freak out like
this
get
is
out
my
of the
one
room.
thing. Get out if
this
you're
is
gonna
my
say
thing. Get out of here. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I don't know how to feel about it, but we're starting it up. It's like, I don't have my watch.
It's coming, babe.
Yeah, what are we looking at here?
It hits about the same time as the first snow.
Oh, well, that could be any time now.
Well, it's not November yet.
Yeah. Okay, so is it post BlizzCon? Because you're going to BlizzCon with me.
It's usually post BlizzCon.
Okay. Because Kim goes...
Because I have to rev up for BlizzCon, too, and there's so much to do ahead of time. Mm-hmm. We're leaving the dogs and the kids, and everybody's going to be here, so I have way too much to worry about and do and get ready and plan for. Yeah,
and a lot of the family stuff this year for holiday stuff is either set and simple or people are out of town, and so it's even simpler.
Yeah, we do it earlier in the season.
So we knock it out earlier. So that means, Alicia Witt, that's the lady's name. Thanks, chat.
Oh my gosh.
That's the one. That redheaded, bug-eyed lady.
I don't think she would appreciate you saying
she's
that.
Fine. I'm sure she's fine. I'm sure she's 100% fine. But in my world, all she is this person constantly in and out of love during the holidays.
Every damn year.
Every damn year. That's her. Alicia Witt is at the end of her wits. And this yet another holiday classic. So anyways. Oh, yeah, she was in Dune. She was a little kid in Dune. Anyway, she also had a really good turn on The Walking Dead. I thought her character on that a few seasons back was scary. Anyway, so chat room's reminding me no mole talk. I have this tendency to point out people's physical differences.
Oh, yeah.
Including
Stop
my own.
That.
I know. I'm trying. I'm working on that.
Did you ever do that to me?
No.
In your own head?
No.
Okay.
No.
Just checking.
You're the hot Betty I married to this day.
Good save. Nice.
I mean, I'd take you over 10 Alicia Witts and 2 Dean Cains. Anyways, so the point is, that's the point. I forgot what I was going to say there. Oh,
It's
we
coming.
got to
The
settle in.
season
Yeah.
is coming.
Yeah, because as soon as BlizzCon ends, we get home like on the 4th, and then all bets are off. I'm
Yeah,
going to
I
have
mean,
to.
like most of the Christmas shopping's already done.
Yeah,
So
because
I
she
don't
does it
have,
way,
like,
way
I do.
ahead.
I do it way ahead.
Yeah.
I pride myself in not being the person on the weekend before Christmas to go to the mall, and
Yeah.
I usually end up there anyway because Scott needs to go there.
Yeah, because I suck at this stuff. Seriously, I'm like week of Christmas.
He's like,
this
"Hey,
year,
do you want to go for a ride to the mall?" And I'm like, "Oh, come on."
the mall. You're lucky if it's the mall. It's usually the Target up the road.
It depends on if you have my stocking that year. We do draw names for stockings,
Yeah.
which is a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's a fun thing to do, by the
Now
way.
now that the kids are adults, it's really fun.
Is it fun? I mean, was
It's
it ever?
really fun.
All right. Because you
Get
still.
that in your head right now.
You still just put an orange in there, though.
Especially if you get my stocking. This is fun, Scott.
Is it? All
We're
right,
going to
well,
draw that really soon, so you have plenty of time to think about it.
I'm in a Christmas mood now. Quick studio note. People can't tell this, but Kim and I are in the same studio today, obviously, but she is completely blocked from my view. I can't see her at all, other than the camera. She has zero.
I hope he's dressed over there.
Oh, I'm completely 100%
that's
dressed,
good.
except for the pants. But she can't see me at all, except my legs, right? That's
I
it?
can't even see your legs.
See, I'm completely invisible to her, and so I don't know what that means. I just thought I'd, full disclosure, get that out there.
I don't know if he's making those crazy things with his fingers. Like,
Well, you never know.
oh, she's crazy.
But I'm really grateful that you're here. Thank you for sitting in.
Absolutely.
It's fun. This may be, she doesn't know this, but I was also doing a little bit of an experiment today. So, chat room, this is our little secret. Don't tell Kim. But yes, it is messy behind her chat room because my kids are gross and they leave stuff everywhere.
Yeah, I know.
That'll be part of the book, trust me. Is because we don't want to let her in on this little secret, but this was like a test for, hey, what would a live couples cast talking about cooking and domestic things sound like? Like, could Kim and I do it without wanting to murder each other? So far, so good. So far, so good. We'll
I
have
love
to
that
see.
it's the domestic show.
The domestic show.
With cooking and cleaning and things.
Well, not cleaning. Forget that. But like
You're talking about the crap behind me.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
by the way, I'll get that cleaned up later.
Yeah, Kim will take care of that. Don't you worry. My kids have a maid. Her name is Kim. But we are gonna do more cooking stuff, and we don't know what the form of that is yet. But Kim's an incredible cook, and there's no reason why we shouldn't get on the bandwagon of people streaming cooking things. So,
Oh, thank you.
yeah, we'll let you know. More jambalaya, please. That's all I ask for.
The hard part has been deciding how to show what I'm cooking or show what I've made, or
Yeah.
we can talk all day.
Now,
I
some
can
people
talk about cooking all day long.
some people look at us and go, "Oh, they're just such the like traditional family, 3 kids, and
That's a problem.
they never get divorced,
With
and they're
people?
just some people they just see it as a little bit,
They
white bread.
never get divorced.
And you'd say to yourself, "Look how they're just white people doing white people things."
Oh, crap.
Well, I got good news for you. This is just a reminder to your mother, who's kind of racist. Kim has, what is it, 1/16 African American?
or 32nd or something.
Yeah, from one of the affairs that Jefferson had with one of his slaves.
Dates back real far.
It does. It's pretty awesome. I think it's great, something to be proud of. Well, I mean, it's a little messy where it comes from, but be proud of the cool tint you got.
I tan in the summer. It's
She
true.
tans like a mother, and you know what I do? I look like a big red nightmare. It's not a happy place.
He burns in the shade, and I am not joking about
Yeah,
that.
no, that's
what happened.
When we went to Mexico, we were never out in the raw sun. I still burned everywhere.
To a crisp.
Yeah.
It was bad.
It was coming sideways. Like, because you're on the equator.
It was coming sideways.
Right. It felt like it. That was
The
so
UV
weird.
rays were getting you.
Well, that's what it was. It was UV rays.
It was. We
Yeah.
were closer to we were on the ocean. All those things were at play here. And I thought, well, we'll stay in the shade the whole time. I got browner and he got redder.
Yeah,
It was
she
great.
got nice and crispy brown. By the time we got home, Kim looked like a bronze queen, and I looked like something had hit me real hard. It was not good. Anyway, that's we'll let you guys know if we do anything. But I think this is a good test bed for that. So, honey, no pressure or anything. But the rest of this
wasn't any
episode
to begin with, you could have told me.
The whole rest of the show, you're going to be watched and carefully looked at for whatever the future might be. No pressure.
People
at
are
all.
zooming in at this point. Look at the pores on that girl.
Please don't zoom in on any of us. That'd be great. We're only broadcasting out at 720p, so we're okay.
Okay, all right.
It's only sort of HD. It's fine.
All
right.
Sort of HD.
Let's do the news together. That should be fun. Let's give this a shot. Oh, that didn't work.
This is your radio newscaster with another exclusive sensational summary of world and local events.
All right, it's time for the news, and it's brought to you by The Boop Show, which happens today at 3:30 p.m. Mountain Time, right here at frogpants.tv. Join me and Brian Dunaway as we once again tackle the world of video games and talk about what we played during the week. I have some really cool, tiny, small recommendations for people as they wait for Red Dead Redemption this Friday. And lots to talk about, so do check that out. Again, that's today, 3:30 p.m. right here at frogpants.tv. All right, honey, you ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
I used to calling my co-host honey.
That'll be really funny if you slip up next week.
Yeah. I don't know. Brian's pretty easygoing. He'd probably just be like, yeah, what's up?
Yeah, all right.
What's up, babe? He'd say. It's a teacher. Okay, you'll love this. A teacher dressed up her young son as Hitler for Halloween.
Oh, my.
And that didn't go over well, turns out. People still aren't quite over the Hitler and the things he did.
You think?
Yeah. Big shocker, I know. Here's the deal. When you commit genocide, it just tends to follow you.
People don't really get over it.
Yeah. It doesn't clear up. So it's never a good idea to dress up as Hitler, not even for Halloween. As one mom who got carried away with the theme of horror, or theme of the horror holiday soon realized, I don't know why they wrote it that way, Halloween is traditionally the one night of year when the shadows fall, the moon becomes sovereign, and the boundary separating the dead from the living becomes blurred, and all manner of terrible sprites and spirits stalk the land in service of mischief, mayhem, and the delirious whims of the midnight hour.
It might have helped if he had been dressed up as zombie Hitler or something a little more Halloween.
Oh, yeah. That
would have been...
Right. Zombie Hitler or undead Hitler, that is the zombie Hitler,
yes,
isn't it?
It's the same.
What if you could do, what other kind of, you don't want to do vampire Hitler because then he's still a villain. He's still a predator.
Yeah, there's just not a lot of ways to go well.
How do you do Hitler? You can't. He's just a douche.
No. That's not good.
Maybe you dress him up in you just have a big douche with a little tiny mustache on it and a bad haircut.
Okay.
No?
No.
All right.
People won't get it. But if you tell them what it is, then they're going to be more offended.
They go to the door and go, "Who are you, young man?" "I'm a Hitler douche. Give me your candy." Anyway, it says
kid's getting oranges.
Metro TV reports that the boy was in a fancy dress of the German dictator for a trunk or treat event in Boulder City, Nevada. There's your problem. Just kidding. I don't know anything about Boulder City.
You've never even been there.
I probably have, haven't I? Have I not been to Boulder City?
I don't think so.
Oh, you know who's from there? The Bullocks were from there originally.
No, they were North Los
No,
Angeles.
that's where they lived later, but they moved. They started there. That's where they met when they were kids. That's totally
another reason that it's a great city.
That's the only reason
You
I
were
can think
ripping.
of. Yeah, it's the only reason I know of. They got out of there, I would remind you. Anyway, this young kid was dressed up in this Nazi costume. It was complete with a fake Hitler mustache. A snap of the youngster resplendent in his garb of the Third Reich has gone viral since. Critics have branded it distasteful and racist.
I would say distasteful. That's the right word for it.
Is it just that enough time hasn't passed, or what's the problem?
I don't know if there'll ever be enough time to pass.
Okay.
I just think it's distasteful. It's just yuck.
Like a lot of Jewish people died at his command.
Exactly.
Like a lot.
There's never going to be a good time to bring him up again.
Yeah.
And go, wow, that guy.
But if you're making fun of him, okay, I'm not saying having your kid dress up as Hitler is the way to do it, but if you go watch old Daffy Duck cartoons or something, they made a lot of fun of Hitler during the war. And I think that's good and healthy to knock these dictators down half a dozen pegs. And even if you're not a dictator, even if you're just, if you were Ronald Reagan or you were Bill Clinton, notice I'm steering clear of modern politics.
Making fun of in a comic way, though, is different from dressing up to where a lot of people dress up as things they wish they could be. They
Right.
dress up as Madonna in the 80s, and then they dress up, they dress up as Prince. They do all these things that are a little more, these people are a little more high on that.
I love that you went
scale.
with Prince and Madonna for some reason.
I'm from the 80s.
I
was
welcome.
a teenager. Welcome.
Welcome to 2018. It's nice to see you.
People, well, okay, Katy Perry, and who else are they dressing
No,
up
that's
as?
the 2000s. It's fine, though. We just keep
I
working
just
our way
went
up.
to a concert last year.
Oh, that's
Oh,
true.
sorry,
You did.
no, this year. It was earlier this year.
Who? Katy Perry?
To Katy Perry.
Oh.
She was great.
Did she do I Kissed a Girl and I Liked It?
Yes, she did.
Okay, I wondered if she's still pulling that one out.
Yep.
Or not.
I thought she's relevant. Give me a break, honey.
She have shark people with her? Blue sharks?
Yes.
She did? For real? She really had the shark people with her?
I think she did, yes.
Oh my gosh, dude. That was supposed to be just for the stupid Super Bowl. She takes him around on tour? I had no idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, who else are you dressing up as?
I don't know. I'm still annoyed by
You're
Katy
still-
Perry bringing out those shark
Hey,
people.
come on.
She's fine. I like her. I like her songs. She shoots fireworks out of her boobs. I've
But
seen
I
it.
would have to say, never is it going to be a good time to be Hitler for Halloween.
Never a good time to
No.
be Hitler.
No.
But good satire and making
You
fun
wanna
of Hitler
see
always.
lots of Marios and
Yeah.
Luigis and Batman.
Right. Okay. I'm with you. Especially when it's your kid. Like, why would you do this? What is the idea?
Maybe this kid is extremely into history, and he thought, that's so cool. No one else is going to do this, and there's a reason for that.
I'm going to take a wild guess and say the kid has no idea. I mean, now he knows. His parents are,
how old is he?
It says here, young boy. It doesn't say how old.
I mean, young boy
Young
could be
boy. Let's say
7
he's-
or 10.
Let's say he's 8.
Okay. Right in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you're, well, whatever. Like, if a grown man shows up at a party as Hitler, why does that feel different? Is it because he has some agency and can choose whether he wants to
Not
be?
because he's a grown man dressed up at a party.
Yeah, but can he get away with it more than the kid would?
He should know better.
He
The
should,
kid's
right?
not necessarily going to know better. You're right.
This is more like Schitler, says the chat room. All right. Anyway, there's that story.
But I think you're right. I think the mom had more to do with it, and I think that was distasteful.
Yeah,
That's the word I'm going with.
you're a bad mom, is what we're saying.
Oh, I'm never going to say that.
But she might be. You guys don't have to stick together on this. There's no club. There's no deal. You don't have to sign on to
I have
her.
a hard time calling someone a bad mom unless I,
You have to
know
witness
the
it.
whole story.
Right, I understand.
That kid may have begged to be Hitler for Halloween.
So the Pooh neighbors, was she a bad mom? Or do you not want to answer that?
I don't want to answer that
All right.
yet.
Taking
It's
the
too
fifth.
soon.
Taking the fifth.
Too soon. For
Chat room knows all about the Pooh neighbors. Bummer.
Anyone that yells swear words at a 16-year-old in their car with a toddler in the car.
See? Swear words. F you, mother effers, they yelled.
She yelled with a baby in the car. And I just have a hard time with anyone swearing
It's not even the swearing, it's exposing
so
your kid.
harshly to someone
Yes.
screaming out their window.
Yes.
Screaming we could hear inside our house
Yes. It's not about, hey, here's a
with a baby in the car.
it's not like here's a cuss word, that's the problem. The problem is you're doing a thing around a kid that shows them that hostility is a good idea. They sucked. They still suck, and they're right over there. Anyway, here's another piece of news for you. You'll like this one. It involves a death.
Okay.
Oh, wait. You know what? I'm going to tell you about Canada instead first. Canada. Sorry.
Canada or death?
I'll tell you about
Is that
death
what you're
after
telling
Canada.
me?
Death after Canada is the rule. Canada is running out of marijuana. Only 2 days after it became legal. I don't know if you knew about this, but marijuana is now not only legal in Canada, but according to Bo Schwartz, my co-host on Core and There Will Be Dungeons, says that you can actually sign up for like a delivery from the government to get pot to your house. Now that part blew me away. Like, I understand, like, California just passed their recreational thing. Colorado and Washington are all up in it. Other states have it on the ballot this year, including us, I think, don't we? We have some pot thing on the deal.
Yes.
Yeah, medical or something. Anyway,
I believe it's Prop 2.
we're going to be the last of the 50 states. Let's just be honest.
Probably.
There's no way that we're anywhere near the middle. Anyway,
You might be surprised. You never know.
let's move to Boulder, Colorado. They're hippies there. Anyway, the point is, what's the point?
They need
Michigan
more
and North
green
Dakota
thumb
also have it.
growers, because if they're running out already, come on.
Well, here's the deal. They not only ran out, but but what I was going to say is, unlike here, up there, you can actually get it. So not only do they got their free health care and their whatever, they also got people bringing pot to the door. That seems like a step a little further than I would expect, you know?
In the right direction or the wrong direction?
I don't know. I don't know if the government should do that.
Another step. I see.
I mean, down here, we're going to totally like business this thing up. It's going to be super capitalized,
it's true.
right? Already is, as far as I know. It's like huge
I'm a
multi-million
really good
billion.
gardener. I think I could do that.
Well, that's the other thing. Bo told me that in Canada you can have up to four plants in your in
your possession.
Yes, so you can grow 4 plants, but no more than 4.
Okay.
Now,
can you grow, and then our children can each grow 4 plants? Is that how it works?
What kind of parenting
person?
book are we making? This is going to be quite the parenting book we're going to put out.
What's the rule here, though? I'm just curious.
I don't know.
What are the guidelines?
There are none. There are no rules.
Hey, 4 plants. Is it per person? I'm just curious.
Well, I'm sure it's
Maybe the chat room can tell us.
Per household.
Is it per household?
Canadians in the chat. I know you're here. We always have Canadians.
We know you're here.
What's going on? Oh, you can't grow in Quebec. So there's some... Is it Quebec or Quebec?
It's Quebec, I believe.
All right. French, man. Anyway, here's the deal. Canadians were so excited
ripping
about...
on everyone today.
This is what I do.
What is your problem?
See, you don't hear this side of me.
No, it's true.
It's not even ripping on people. It's just I'm having fun at
You're
their
just
expense.
going off. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like when I said what's her name was googly-eyed. She's not. Her eyes are open a lot, though, you have to admit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not... she's very pretty, but she has this, like, default stance where her eyes look like they're propped open by toothpicks. She's just like this. On your holiday show. So
I can't even see you, but I know what you're doing.
It's like, we should all get together for the holidays and find a boyfriend. All right. That was my impression.
Back to pot.
Back to pot, back to life, back to reality. Here we go. Police were called to help shops struggling to handle long queues with frustrated people unable to buy their cannabis. Bill Blair, former Toronto police chief, who has led the government's legislation program, told public broadcaster CBC the country was unable to supply enough weed to meet demand. We expect, certain strains might run out, and there could be a bit of a run on supply, eh? He said. See what I did there? I got all Canadian.
I got you.
But they got pretty good infrastructure in place, and I'm confident it will work, it says. Wednesday.
Didn't they know? I mean, they knew this was coming.
Well, I mean, they knew, but they didn't. I don't know if they knew the demand would be this strong. Like, the Canadians were ready to roll, man. They were
ready to stockpile.
Yeah, okay. And it was a nationwide. I think
that's why I would think they would have it a little more. They'd be prepared.
I don't know. What would we do? I think it'd be a big run here too if we did it nationwide. We never will. Like, my prediction is we're going to end up with like 40
scattered states.
It'll be like 43 states will have it. There'll be a bunch of holdouts, ours included, who won't. And then but it'll all still be federally illegal. So, like, if you go, you might be having all this fun in your state, but the second you cross into something else, a cop could pull you over and go, show me your weed.
Show me your weed.
Show me your weed. All right, now we get to the death. You ready for the death? Here's the death. I know you're excited for the death. Mm-hmm. Man, age 72, which isn't that old, but whatever. Didn't die of natural causes. Was killed by a group of aggressive rogue monkeys who threw bricks at him from a tree. This is why I don't trust monkeys.
Where was he?
Well, I'll get into that. The man has been stoned to death by a group of rogue monkeys who threw bricks at him, according to reports. His name is Daparal Singh, age 72, suffered head and chest injuries in the attack and was later pronounced dead at a hospital. He was collecting pieces of dry wood when a group of monkeys launched their attack on Thursday. It is believed the monkeys had armed themselves with bricks they had collected earlier from a rundown building near Turkey, Uttar Pradesh. This is all India, by the way. I should have mentioned that. It probably became obvious as I was reading these names.
This is a crazy story.
I know, it's nuts. Villagers repeatedly complained the aggressive monkeys in the area have made their lives hell, but the animals are protected species, so they cannot be stopped.
Can you just throw things back at them?
Well,
or are they that protected?
They have guys with them protecting them. I mean, I don't know. Like,
Secret Service is around them going, don't even think about it.
I feel like even if they're protected, if your life is in danger, I mean, I don't know what this 72-year-old guy could have done, but if it were me, I would do all sorts of things to fight those monkeys in that tree.
Run away.
Well, that's one.
There's probably a lot of monkeys in that tree. Run away.
But he's 72. He can't run like we used to. I mean, I hope.
think he'd try to get, I mean, maybe it was just a more of an attack that, all of a sudden, and 1, 2, 3, go. Like, he just didn't even know they were there.
Yeah.
Are they quiet monkeys?
Well.
Did they sneak up on him?
I don't know, but I don't trust him. I don't trust monkeys, period.
I don't trust him at all.
You know how monkeys get?
They're not very trustworthy.
Remember that little one, the bonobo or whatever it was called, that my dad had when he was younger? That thing pooped down his back every time he took it out.
Well, he's in a convertible and had it on his shoulder, and it pooped down his back.
Yeah, pooped down his back in the middle of traffic. That's not cool. They're the worst.
But he wasn't throwing bricks.
They're only good for testing if the dates are poisoned yet or not. That's what they're for. Indiana Jones reference for the win.
All right.
It says here, they were thrown from such a height that they were enough to kill the man. This is what his brother told the Times of India. Those rogue monkeys are the real culprits and must pay for it.
What is this guy going to do?
Says they lodged a formal complaint and named monkeys as the accused, but police insist they
To
cannot
whom?
prosecute monkeys.
Who are they lodging a complaint to?
The local police
The
department.
monkey police?
No, the
Like
people
what?
police. And
I
then
know,
they're supposed to go do something about it, but they say
they're
they
protected.
can't. Yeah, they can't do anything. So this guy just has to die from monkey. How did he die?
From monkey?
How'd you die? From monkey.
Well, they weren't monkeys thrown at him. They were bricks.
Oh, that'd be funny to watch. That's what I'd do. I'd throw a monkey back at them. Rogue Monkeys. Rogue Monkeys is a great name.
That's a great band name.
Yeah, I like it. Let's do a final story.
I'm calling
here.
it, though. Don't take it.
Oh, you're going to that new band you're going to set up?
Yeah, that new band I'm starting.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, you know what we're going to do today in the mid? I haven't told you about this, but in the mid thing today,
You haven't told me anything.
I haven't set up Kim. Kim has no notes. She has no nothing.
I don't. It's just we're going to go with this.
I just don't have a setup over there for you.
on.
I got to get that changed. So
That's
that
okay.
It's easy, but
I kind of like going blind over here. I have no idea what's going on.
I know what I could have done.
That's okay. What's the next thing?
All right.
Don't
Sorry.
worry about it.
Now I'm thinking about it. What was I going to say?
Walking away from the mic. I know what I should do.
Oh, we're gonna play Chuck's song again today for the
awesome.
for the middle song when you can go pee and do other
Love
stuff.
Chuck.
Chuck's the best, man. We love our nephew Chuck. He's our nephew-in-law. Is that how we call him?
Nephew.
Just nephew?
Yeah.
I mean,
why
he
not?
married my niece.
I know, but now he's family.
I don't understand that word because we all
When
went
you're
to
here, you're family.
we all went to Olive Garden and then we were family. We literally did all go to Olive Garden once.
We did.
We must be family. Anyway, here's a final story for you. Do you know Ripley's Aquarium? It's based on those Ripley's Believe It or Not people or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're familiar with that.
I've
Says-
been to a Ripley's once.
When did you do that? Is there one near down?
I was 14 and we were in Canada.
Oh, look at you up in the
Yes.
pot country. Future,
Wasn't yet. but
Future pot country.
It's been a long time.
That's cool. Wait, what part of Canada did you go to?
I was in Ontario. No. Yeah, Ontario.
Ontario. That's fantastic. I don't know why, but sounds great.
I swam in Lake Ontario. That's what it was. We stayed in Niagara Falls area.
I want to go to. You and I need to go to not Toronto. Why can't I think of the place? It's where all the video games get made now.
I don't know.
Oh, Scott, hold on. There's Ottawa, Ontario, Toronto,
It's Toronto,
Nigeria.
I've been told.
Nigeria. I can't think of the other one. Not Vancouver. Where's the place where like Ubisoft and all those guys are? Montreal. I want to go to Montreal.
Okay.
I hear that place is awesome.
I will set that up, sir.
Okay. Don't do it too soon.
We have BlizzCon coming.
BlizzCon. And I haven't been paid for some things yet. Anyway, here's your final story. A man entered a Ripley's Aquarium. I guess there's a few of them. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
He stripped naked and then he jumped into the shark tank.
Oh, that's not cool.
Yeah. Not dudes in suits who decide if they want to invest in your invention. Not that Shark Tank. Different Shark Tank. This was actual
he
sharks.
Confused? Was he confused about that?
He might have been.
Did he have an idea and decided to jump in?
He might have gotten some fresh Toronto weed. Who knows?
Oh,
It says here, police identified the suspect after a man entered the aquarium in Toronto late Friday night. It was in Toronto, so it's the one you went to. That's crazy. Almost
an
immediately
aquarium?
stripped naked and jumped into the shark tank. Video of the incident's been circulating on social media. In one video, the man is seen from one of the facility's underwater tunnels where several sharks are swimming just below his feet. Would that freak you out, by the way, that proximity to sharks, or would that not bug you?
Absolutely.
It wouldn't bug me.
I'm not a fan.
They don't scare me.
But think of the children that had to see this.
Oh, yeah, no, they don't want to see that doodle in the water, do
No.
they? No. Doodle water.
That must have terrified a lot of little girls.
Yeah. And maybe boys.
And maybe boys.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And maybe...
I just feel like a grown man swimming in the water is not a good look on anyone.
Because it's an aquarium, it's not warm water.
No.
Do you think a little shrinkage?
Possibly.
Yeah, a little shrinkage.
That is... I would be horrified.
Yeah, I would too. I don't want to see
that.
this.
No.
I don't want to see this.
But little kids are like, we're going to the aquarium. We're so excited.
Yeah.
And then,
Then man penis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not cool.
Not cool at all.
No.
Says here the guy is 37-year-old David Weaver. That's really close to Wiener. I wish it was Wiener. He is from Nelson, British Columbia. He is now being held as a suspect. He is wanted in what's called a mischief investigation.
Really? That's what we're calling it?
Yeah.
He's not 7.
No.
37.
37. Add 30 years
Mischief.
to that. Exactly. Police say the same suspect is also wanted in connection with another incident that occurred earlier that night, about 2 hours before he arrived. Suspect was asked to leave the Medieval Times dinner theater, for allegedly being unruly. According to police, he was escorted out by security, then allegedly assaulted someone outside. Then he went off to the aquarium and got in there naked. The man left the aquarium around 10:26 p.m. carrying his shoes and jacket when he heard police were called. Peter Doyle, of the general manager of the Ripley Aquarium, said the man left behind a number of items of clothing. They say the aquarium is now reviewing its policies.
What's his defense? I mean, what's he saying?
Doesn't have one.
Okay.
Doesn't have one. He's
Just
like,
what's the point here?
I smoked a lot of pot. That's his.
That could be it.
That's his full excuse.
I would believe that.
Yeah. Would you?
Maybe.
All right.
I think it makes you hungry, not necessarily want to swim with sharks.
Right. I thought they made you get the munchies,
Yeah.
not the swimmies.
I don't know. Never tried it.
Yeah.
But I would imagine there's not a lot of things I could ever take that would make me do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm
No.
not saying it's pot that would do it, but maybe something else like
Still,
yeah,
not my bag of tricks there. No.
like synthetic heroin or something. That could do it. Or like little bath salts or whatever they called those for a while.
Just don't think I'd try it.
All right. Well, you and I really aren't the target market for that.
No, we're not.
No. I barely can keep Tylenol down.
Someone's got to take care of the children.
Yeah. Who will take care of the children? Who, I say?
And
All right. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, it's a little time with Steven Schleicher. Going to do a little major spoilers. We also have a little mashup at the end of the show, and maybe an email or two. So we'll see, but we'll get to that in a second. Before we go, though, on this break, I would like to now tell you what I'm going to play. Now, as I mentioned before, our nephew, I suppose he is, right?
Yep.
He's our nephew.
Yep.
He is, his name is Chuck. He's in a band. That band is called Brother with a period at the end. So we just say Brother Dot around here. Although I don't think that's what it's supposed to be, right? The dot's just like superfluous. It's like an extra nipple or something.
I think it's just brother.
Oh, all right. I don't know anything about extra nipples, by the way. I really don't have one and never met anyone who did have an extra nipple. Anyway, they have this song that we like quite a bit, and it is called Grays. It is their new single from... Oh, this isn't going to work. Hold on a second. I screwed up. Undo. Okay.
Undo.
Hold on. Okay, there we go. Sorry. Usually I have this more set up, and I don't today. Why won't it work? Okay. It's not working. Oh, I'll just play it there. That's fine. All right. Anyway, sorry, everybody. It's called Grays. We played it on the show.
If I could.
We played it on the show before, but because I'm a big believer in nepotism, I'm going to go ahead and give Chuck and his band a little bit more exposure here on the show. So let's play that now. It's called Grays. It's their new single coming up, new album, which should be released soon, but you can go find all of this on Apple Music, on Spotify, wherever you get your music, it's there. Grey apostrophe S is the song. I can't recommend it enough. And